Welcome back to the show. I'm joined now by two very ambitious fundraisers, Danika and Dave. They just returned from a bicycle trip that started here in Lloydminster and ended all the way in Saskatoon. It's an effort they call Ride On Against Drugs, and they've spearheaded the whole event. Thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having
You must be
us.
feeling very sore.
Pretty good.
We've got a few owies and aches and pains.
Now, this is the second annual one. How does it compare to the first?
Actually, I'll let Dave take over because this is Dave's road trip, so carry on, Dave.
The weather cooperated a little bit better this year. We had a lot more wind at our back instead of in our face. We actually knocked quite a few hours off our total ride time this year.
Okay.
We had a few more riders this year. We raised more money this year, so all in all, it was a very successful event.
How many rode?
We had a total of 15 riders this year.
As opposed to 11 last year, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. And what's the money situation looking like? I know you're probably still getting a few donations in, but
I think we've the people that joined from Thorp have just over 6,000 raised.
excellent.
Yeah.
And now this wasn't just for Thorp either, right? It was also for a center in Saskatoon. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It was last year, but this year it's all going to the Thorp.
It is all going to Thorp.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Thanks. That's really good.
Oh, that's fantastic. So,
Yeah.
what kind of things are we investing in Thorp?
We have a new building going up just out by Blackfoot. We're running out of room right now. It's been a vision for the last couple years. So we broke ground last year, and some of the walls are up. Some of the steel is up. So yeah, we're building a bigger building, 72 beds. So we're really excited about it. It all goes towards our capital campaign. It's called Building Hope. So we're really excited and really happy that we could be a part of this again with Dave.
What inspired you to fundraise all this money for Thorp?
We had I believe it was in about February of '09, I had a member of my extended family got involved in some drugs he shouldn't have been playing with, and he overdosed and died. And because of that, I started the ride in his name. And his name is Aaron Honorowski. And we've been working on just trying to raise money to get kids off drugs.
Now, addiction is it's a tough word. I mean, there's a lot of stigma associated with the disease of addiction because I think a lot of people think they brought it on themselves. How do you guys deal with that at Thorp?
It's tough, because I'm on the fundraising side, so it's tough for me to answer. Each individual is really different in how they handle the addiction. So I really can't answer that question.
Does it affect how much money you get raised in, I guess is more my question. I mean, are people less inclined to donate because of that?
There is a stigma out there, and that's the point that we're trying to get across, is to raise awareness. It's not just the person walking out of the bar. It could be your uncle, it could be your boss, your sister, your mom, your dad. You don't know, and I guess that's just to raise awareness that it affects everybody. So it's tough but it is a tough question to answer.
Now you guys do fundraisers all year. Is this one a big one for you guys?
It's part of our community campaign. We've been in our silent phase for the last year, and then in June we had our big campaign kickoff. So as with this road trip, we'll slide it in with our community division, and we're going to be going hard over the next year, raising more money.
Why is it important to have a center like Thorp in this community?
There's just not enough around. We don't have a youth program at Thorp. So hopefully when the doors are open, we'll be able to have the youth wing open. I'm not sure of full details just yet. As I said, I'm not part of that side of it. I'm the fundraiser. But we do have a youth wing built for the youth, and we're excited about that, and I think that is something that's needed within Thorp.
Now, obviously, Dave has sort of spearheaded his own fundraiser. How can other residents in the community get involved?
Well, we'll be having, I'm hoping, one more barbecue before the year's up. I'm going to hopefully have the school division, the Lloydminster Public School Division involved. We've already been talking with that, and just certain, I guess, hopefully little campaigns throughout the year. It really depends. It'll be fun.
Are you planning anything else, or is this your big go at it?
Well, we've turned this into an annual event. We're going to be running it every year, and we did run a barbecue the week before the ride, and it turned out pretty good. So we're probably going to be doing a barbecue every year, at least once, maybe twice. And we have one of our sponsors that he buys all the supplies for us, and we just donate all the proceeds to the Thorp Center.
As a victim of addiction, why was it important for you and your inner circle to have a center like Thorp?
Well, Aaron was going to a rehab center, and he had been in and out a few times, but there wasn't enough money to keep him in, so we're hoping that this makes a difference.
Excellent. Any other upcoming events that we can get involved in?
Well, we're already talking about the next road trip for next year, road trip 2011.
You can start training now.
Well, it wasn't that bad actually.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm raring to go for next year already. So
We've got the weekend picked out, and we've got a few more riders lined up for next year already, so it's looking good for next year.
That is excellent. Well, thanks so much for coming in, guys, and talking to us about this. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Excellent.
You're very welcome.
When we come back, our cameras take you into the town of Unity. People there are pining to be named the biggest rider fans in Saskatchewan. That's next after the break.